Something you really hate to see, guys, on the ongoing Jamppi VAC Ban case versus Valve. If you guys have missed all of this, we have several videos on it on the channel. As this past weekend, more information was set to release as Valve has now officially responded. Unfortunately for Jamppi and his team, and I'm sure you guys have seen headlines out there, it seems Jamppi and that team have sued the wrong Valve corporation, instead actually opening up a case and pursuing a different Valve subsidiary, that being Valve GmbH, which apparently is not related to this case, and the lawsuit is going to continue to be going on, guys, as apparently Jamppi and his team have sued the wrong Valve. And according to that same case, guys, everything we do know right now, apparently a Valve GmbH objects in all respects to Jamppi's actions. According to the reply, Jamppi has actually brought an action against the wrong company on the wrong grounds. Jamppi has tried to clarify matters related to the ban on gaming with Valve Corporation, but an action has been filed against another company in the group, that being Valve GmbH. Founded in 1996, Valve Corporation is headquartered in the US, while its subsidiary, Valve GmbH, was established in Germany in 2016. The reply states that Valve's GmbH business is related to the manufacture of electronic equipment and not to software. The company also does not own or manage the CS game or its licenses in any way, and thus is the wrong company to take action against. And so with this statement, guys, more coming soon as well. It seems the lengthy lawsuit so far, this process taking a lot of time, energy, and of course money, has been to file a lawsuit against the wrong Valve. If I was Jamppi, I would certainly be very upset by this. According to Nell, though, apparently Steam guidelines and who to bring a suit against was a bit maybe misleading, but if you are a legal team for a guy like Jamppi on this kind of case, you need to know who you are actually suing and who the right company to sue actually would be. This is just it's super sad, and there was actually more of a statement from Valve GmbH on this and the grounds he actually used to sue them. As Valve GmbH further commented on Jamppi only complaining about the ban after 4 whole years, and he has to seek justice as a consumer despite being a pro player. There is no evidence of the abuse of market position, and Valve cannot be held responsible for the lost compensation when OG, the team who was going to sign him, decided not to enter a contract with Jamppi because of his ban. Stating as a third party in OG, it's really not Valve's fault that they decided not to enter a contract and sign him as a pro player because of the ban that was actually issued by Valve, which is, you know, I don't know where we go from here, guys, and I think a lot of people out there very, very frustrated by this response, even further frustrated the fact this team somehow sued the wrong Valve. It only adds to the process of what's going to happen in the future. Many people out there now being outspoken about this case, which we have already stated our 2 cents on, guys. I think when it comes down to it, you can never draw a fine line when it comes time for Jamppi's case being 14 years old at the time of all of this going on. My own personal opinion, you guys, as always, can leave your thoughts down below as well. I think if a case is going to be revolving back to someone this young, it will always be a case-by-case subjective opinion when it comes time for, if we compare Jamppi to other cases out there, which we have touched on in the past as well, unfortunate circumstances around young teenage boys. The younger years of their teenage, these aren't 16, 17, these are 13, 14-year-old guys who obviously made some huge mistakes, and now in the future, several years fast forward, they are now pro players. Who would have guessed they would have made it this far, and they're being held accountable for what they did when they're 13, 14 years old. From an outside perspective, it seems absolutely insane. You understand what Valve is trying to do, right? You want to make it so you never, when you play a game, you never even think about cheating. That's why they want to hold firm on this kind of stuff, but I think it has to be a case-by-case basis. When it comes time for a guy like Jamppi, you're left just feeling gutted and really bad for a kid who obviously made such a terrible choice. And even when it comes time for his actual full story about buying the copy of a game for a friend who then eventually potentially got the account VAC banned, it just leaves you wondering, right? How do you prove it? Whatever happens next, guys, is going to set precedent for the future of CSGO pros and however young they are. And it definitely strives to a lot of talking points out there and a lot of different opinions out there as well when it comes to this case. At the end of this one, for Jamppi personally, I just feel super bad. I don't know what's next. I don't know how long they can actually draw this one out. I don't know how much money he can put into this case as well when it comes time for fighting against a big corporation like Valve. But what do you guys think? Until next time, drink your Wawa, drink your coffee. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.